Welcome back to Sacred Streets. So, you're back with your girl, Keita,
and Baba Shola.
And Ogumbola.
and we are here to talk today about spirituality, alcohol, and narcotics. So I think I can I can ask this question for everyone. Can you still get lit while being in the tradition? Yes, no. Inquiring minds want to know.
Which tradition?
Our tradition, specifically. So what's up? Can we get lit? Can we drink?
Oh,
I mean,
all right. Well, yeah.
Can we smoke a little herb? Can we do some things? What's the word on that?
Yeah. No crack, but
No.
What we to say? Crack is whack.
Crack is whack. Okay.
but you can use outside of ritual. I would say. Some people use in prep of. Sometimes alcohol is in prep of.
Y'all must got an inside joke. What?
All these years is always it's always inside something.
What happened? What
Say
happened?
crack.
I come from the crack era. That was a bad time for us as a people. Oh my God. But yes, in our tradition, you can.
We got Ebola a minute. Is this a laugh cry? What's happening?
Oh shit. Alright, all right.
He tickled. Wait, is there?
That ain't what I be saying, man. I be better see Shola be funny. Y'all don't really. I'm you better say crack.
Oh
right.
man, it's so many levels. But yeah. All right, so the question: can you, in this tradition,
In this
as far
tradition.
as you file, let's use Lukumia, Sataria, all of that. Can you?
Well, Ishe, all of it.
Okay.
All of it.
Well. So the thing is, you have to separate those, I guess, traditions because, like in Nigeria, like smoking cigarettes is not like a thing culturally. You know, they don't really. Smoking's not a thing in there just every day. As opposed to like in Cuba, tobacco is a part of is a part of their culture, and you know they use tobacco during ritual and just in social settings. And also, it's an economic staple for that country, or was. So, like in Nigeria, like you don't see people smoking to the orishas, like Ogun, Eshu. So, just at a base level, lit with liquor. Can you still drink liquor abroad? Yes, because that's something that's kind of constant all the way through. Whether you Isheshe, whether you Lukumi, Santeria, most people partake in liquor during the ritual.
Right.
Most orishas take liquor as an offering. So it is advised in most Ifa practices that balance and moderation with everything is most important. Yeah, but like using during a ritual ceremony, no. I've seen it, but that's not. It's not something that is taught. It's probably adopted just through American culture and then African culture, being married and how we use weed for everything. You know, as opposed to like in Nigeria, they don't even smoke at all. Like that.
It's more conservative.
A lot
over
more.
there,
A lot
too.
more. You kind of hide it. If you smoke a little weed, you kind of hide it like that as opposed to here. You just, you burn it like whenever. But I think everything is in moderation when it comes to Ifa. But no one is advised to be out there mind high or high when you're actually doing ritual. Or drunk when you're doing ritual. But we do use alcohol during during the rituals. There's also some, I guess, narcotics where like marijuana can be used in certain medicines.
Okay.
Depending on what you're making. So it's not right or left. It kind of ebb and flows depending on the situation. But as a rule, no, you're not doing ritual like super stoned or super drunk or high or anything like that. Nah.
All right, so that's in ritual.
Right.
So let's say, you kick back and you're chilling and you got some herb, you got a little weed, and that's how you unwind. I know for me, I get more creative when I do flower or however you want to call it. Some people feel like they have heightened perceptions, like it gives them superpowers or something like that. Do you think there's some truth to that? And how would we know, like, okay, I'm just hallucinating, or really there's been like a lowering of the veil, per se? Because you hear about that a lot, but some people's like, you was just tripping. Or do we have instances where you could get a spiritual revelation or whatnot?
Well, I mean, it's some native indigenous practices. They use different herbs to get the psychedelic feeling. Definitely in native practice, the indigenous people. That's one. I know we talking about Ep.4, but that's one thing that they use psychedelic to get them to the spiritual realm. I should say. Well, you got some shrooms too.
Yeah. No, there's shrooms.
Right. They take you to the next level. So,
I never tried shrooms.
And some voodoo ceremonies, it's a lot of liquor used. So, like you say, I guess it just depends on what tradition you're practicing, or would you say like what house? We would say the house, because some folks stuff is different than other people.
I think also it's important to remember or research the, I guess, spiritual or historical use of let's use flower for an example. Years ago, if you were connected with marijuana in any kind of way, there was some kind of connection to reggae, to Rastafari, or at least Bob Marley. Right, at least.
Because you smoke a reef.
At least, right? And so there's culture and context behind that culture that says the smoking of marijuana is not just something that you do, it's a ritual and it's a herb that you use. Like, marijuana is the healing of the nations. That's used in a lot of, that's a parable, a Rastafari parable. People refer to, Rastas prefer to the burning bush being a symbol of that particular herb that's burning sacrament to elevate your spiritual awareness while you're doing some kind of ritual or some kind of like drumming or what they would call Nyabingi. So I think that if we understood the history or even just that line of history of how marijuana is used as a spiritual tool, then I think that if we were using it here with more intention, we could get better results as opposed to like getting super duper high with no historical context, without any attention, and just kind of riding the wave, because spirituality is never riding a wave. It's a wave to ride, but at the same time, there's a destination that you're normally going to for some kind of blessing or peace or balance in some kind of way. So I challenge all people here that do partake to go into some of the historical facts of the usage. At least through Jamaica, you can find a lot there, just alone. I've seen it used in Senegal with the Biafal tribe. They're using it. But I think here, because we've used marijuana and liquor as escape routes from oppression, brutality, depression.
Yeah.
I don't think we quite married those two ideas together yet. And so even your question was okay, after I get done with spirituality and I go do this, like even that alone says we haven't brought those two things together quite yet. And so it's not you or me, it's just how we think as a people. And so the first time I saw somebody even opening a bottle of liquor as a ritual that was supposed to be religious, I was like, dang, we about to drink some liquor? Like, what's happening here? Like, what's going on? They do it. Oh, okay, that's cool. All right. The spirit drink liquor? Interesting. Actually, that gave me a little bit of comfort. Like, okay, things that I'm used to, things that I saw my grandfather do and my, elders do, is actually a part of our religious practice. But before, it was I looked at it as something that was negative and taking me away from spirituality. If I drank or if I smoked or if I did this, I was less spiritual, But to see people using it in a ritual was like, oh, okay, damn, well, there are ways that we can use these things in balance and with intention and still benefit, so to speak.
See, I look at it from, I guess, this kind of nuanced situation. So, when you got the marijuana, well, you got the reefer, whatever, it's a medicine. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I always thought about the use of marijuana, because who told us it was bad to smoke reefer? You did what I'm saying? So once it was banned, of course they gonna go on to say no to drugs, whole $1 million, $1 trillion campaign over so many years of it. You get what I'm saying? So it like, what I'm saying is moderation's, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Moderation's. So like you say, you should research it. If you like to smoke weed, smoke your weed. This just how I look at it. I don't smoke weed. You get what I'm saying? But I'm saying like, but if you want to use, if you find somewhere that they use it in spiritual setting of smoking weed, or like I said, I even go back to mushroom. Mushroom is becoming very popular amongst a lot of people because they're using it as a medicine.
Right. They
helping with ADHD, brain fog, but it's microdosing. So when you think about microdosing, that's moderation. You ain't finna give me a fruit and be up there with outcasts. So you feel what I'm saying? So you just and then when I think about it, when we talk about ritual, I think about a guy named Patrick Beverly Randolph. He a white guy, but they would say he's the father of sex magic. But he used weed in the doing his ritual. Right. So they'll credit him as being the father of this type of ritual. Patrick Beverly Randolph.
You mean smoking weed and having sex?
Smoking weed and having sex. But you gotta think.
We've been doing that.
Right, but this was the late 1800s.
We was doing it before then?
Yeah. Right, but I'm talking about
I get you.
I mean, but it's
her European education. That's all I'm getting at. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so he is the father of that. But even to, like I say, man, even to shrooning, I never took a shroom, but they saying how they seeing, it's a lot of studies out. I encourage people to look it up. They seeing help with sleep disorders, very bad, what they call severe depression, microdosing. So, I'm looking at the health benefits of it. I ain't looking at it for recreational purposes.
Well, then you're speaking to intentions then. Intent. Right. But you mentioned the Biafal. I was first introduced to the Biafal when this was like '04, many years ago, in the Gambia.
Okay.
And we were getting ready to leave, and guess what they do? They spit at our feet, and we was just like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "We're protecting you from the spirits. We have to spit." So it's like, "Oh, okay, this is the thing." It's same thing with the alcohol in our ritual. We do it, and that's to clear away the spirit. So it's like you think about the intent behind these things. Even the medicinal side of it, that's a specific intent versus I'm about to just do this and just escape, which we know the danger of that is overindulgence, an overdose. So it's all about your intent. And with the intent, I feel, comes the balance.
And your education, too. Because if you're doing anything, even if it's just marijuana, you got to know what kind is it. Is it indica? Is it sativa? Right. Starting with that. So when you move to other things like shrooms, just microdosing alone is not enough.
You need to know what kind.
You know what kind of spore you're dealing with. You
need to know what kind of spore.
Which opens up. I don't say it's a problem, but it's an issue that I see happening now that a lot of people are getting into deeper herbal psychedelics. Ayahuasca and other kind of herbs from different traditions, but not understanding what historical background the person may have guiding the ceremony. If that person is studied and accredited, if the herb that you're taking is grown with the right ritual time, because like in that world everything is so particular, like because even in E5 we're doing ritual, like everything you're doing has a meaning.
So they're just like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers took the shroom. Mike Tyson said he did the toad though. Basically what you going into, basically like so Aaron Rodgers said it was guided by a shaman, and of course he got millions of dollars so he can go and get
the official
tissue priest. Or you get what I'm saying, right? No, I just wanted to add on to what you were saying.
Yeah, and so with the education part is, and I use weed for an example because that's very tangible. If you're going to smoke and you want to like get elevated to enhance your work, then you're going to smoke the strand that's going to keep you up, as opposed to the one that puts you to sleep. And so.
Cause what indica do?
Indica is in the couch.
It had you in the bed.
In the couch. Indica puts you in the couch.
Yeah.
Sativa keeps you up. That's kind of how I learned to know which is which. Indica, how you in the couch. And so when it comes to those levels, you got to really know what you take in, how much you're supposed to take, and if there's any ritual attached to it, then the spiritual content of the person guiding the ritual, their history and all that comes into play. And I don't really think most people are doing the extensive research enough to go deep into those meditations and really understanding what they getting into.
Or being like you, basically what you said, I'm gonna piggyback on what you said, like being a student to learn, not rushing.
Before you go take something,
right?
Go study a few years,
right? Especially dealing with a psychedelic, because you might go and not come back,
right? That's what I'm always scared of.
Right, you feel me? So,
because didn't Will Smith talk about like some trip? I don't know what he took.
Right.
But he was like...
But that's the same... No, you're right. That's the same thing Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said he did the toad, though.
So what do you mean by that?
He licked the toad.
He licked the toad. It's a toad.
I'm so square. I don't know.
No, right. But
the toad?
Yeah. A frog, a toad, an actual toad. But, like Bobby was saying, it was by a shaman, somebody with years, probably. This guy probably was... third generation shaman. Like he said, you gotta learn. Like you ain't finna go up to Nobody on the street corner be like, hey man, I'm finna get me some, cause I'm finna damn go to the next level. Shit, it might be fentanyl, which we gotta be careful on fentanyl, cause we had so many overdoses on fentanyl. People cutting it with the weed, just all kind of crazy shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I think you definitely should find you somebody, do the research, like Barbara say, on the reefer, on anything you want to do. If you want to go to that spiritual peak where you trying to get.
I would suggest go and indulge in that culture for some time.
Yes.
I think most of us read, get some advice from somebody and be like, all right then, boom.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
As opposed to flying to that place, staying for a month or two, understanding the herbs, the geography of the place, history, and that. You know, it's like in E5. You wouldn't join E5 and then 6 months later start doing Ep.4.
Right.
Or start
not at all.
Just taking all these different medicines, these accouchés. You would want to know, like, well, why is it black?
Yeah.
You know, why is that one brown? You know, you want to know all of that before you just start ingesting things. And so, yeah, as an old head spiritualist, I definitely suggest that, you know, when you're trying to like get into these other vehicles of spirituality, it's good to do your research and not just reading and advice, because, you know, what you see with your eyes and you smell with your nose and you touch with your hands is real experience.
Absolutely.
And I don't think we're taking that opportunity to go that deep quite yet. Mm-hmm. But to back it up on just lightweight like liquor and marijuana. Yeah, I mean, I see that it's being used by everybody. First of all, it's not a sin in our tradition. It's not like, you know, it's something that you can't do. And I think one of the other issues is that because the tradition is based in an indigenous and such an old text, there aren't those inserts for fentanyl and crack and crank and
powder, can't forget that.
Powder and all of that, you know.
Weed with the powder.
Yeah, and so I think that, like, when you're looking at spirituality and those kind of drugs, I think we have to rely on the messages of moderation, like we've been talking about, the messages of clear mind, the messages of stronger order. Like when Ifa's or the Oracle, Mer de Lagoon, whatever, when it's saying things like that, I think those are the areas where we can plug in some of our drug abuse and usage.
Translation.
Yeah, to be able to say, all right, well, if I say, well, you need to take your Ori better. He's like, damn, you know, should I?
I've been snorting an 8-ball here, every 3 days.
As opposed to going and just putting shea butter on your head and coconut water and then going and snort another 8-ball.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that because that text is so old, we haven't had the dialogue or the understanding to like curb some of the destructive behaviors that we're doing through E5, because it's not saying don't smoke crack or don't do this or don't. It's saying things like order, emotional balance, and that, and we're not relating that to our drug usage.
Because if you drink, hold on, what I'm saying is, like, you adding on to what you're saying, and if you one of them people, when you drunk, you going home jumping on your old lady. That type of thing, like you saying. That mean your ass need to start drinking.
Right.
But definitely go get you some help.
Yeah, using it as a crutch.
On top of divination. Then, add that with it.
And some therapy and some divination.
Right. Yeah. And some therapy, and some divination, and some therapy.
Yeah. Because you're using it as a compensation for something. It's something that you're using in this void. You're trying to fill it with these narcotics or this alcohol. And that's just not healthy.
Right. We're not, what's the word? We're not attacking nobody. Just saying, like, if you get high, and when you get high, they turn you to a whole nother person. You definitely should be maybe trying to seek some.
Or if you're drinking and getting high, you're not accomplishing.
Right.
If you're not productive.
Right.
Yeah, my introduction to again was through Rasta people, Rastafari people. And they working, they smoking and working. They not just smoking and sitting or just doing nothing. The smoking is a sacrament and it goes with the works. And, they're up working, doing things all day. So I guess my introduction was not through like laziness or through sitting around. It was more of a creative boost.
Right.
And to use it mentally. I always tell my young students, like, if you're gonna smoke, then don't let the weed stay in your head. Let it move your feet too. And that, I guess that, it seems to help. They're like, yeah, because I do be sitting here just thinking.
Like you say, going,
But you don't get up and move at all.
You sit right there in the couch, you in your head the whole time.
And then you're smoking again, with more ideas.
You
and
back
then,
to back in it.
Yeah, you got another smoke session. But you ain't got up on your feet and did nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
so they smoking back to back.
yeah. So that's how I hit my young heads with it, so they can just understand that there are ways to manipulate the energy of the drug you're using, and not let it use you, but you use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of like similar to, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's similar to meditation, and lucid dreaming. There should be a way that you can, once you get used to it, you're able to like quiet certain sensations in your body and be mindful and all that. And I kind of attribute that to when you're on herb, if you're using that, for me, as a creative outlet, because it quiets my critical brain. That's just me though. But I also know, I can't overdo it, because then I'm just gonna be sitting in the bed all day. And what use is that? I do have a question about
the whole hour. Sleep.
Or staring at a wall, like right.
Yeah, see, I can't smoke no reefer though. That it do the total opposite to me. See, cause when you're already crazy, you don't need to get to get you crazy or you feel me? So, I can admit it. Nah, I can't smoke. Woo,
Do you have anxiety issues?
Yeah.
You do.
So that reefer, it
might intensify it.
I be looking like Malcolm X with that chopper, like, boy. Give me a couple beers and a couple shots.
Straight.
Yep.
All right. Well, speaking of which, how do you feel? What do you feel about libation? Because I know, I just know certain events that we used to have in the Black community, especially on campus. We thought we were doing something. It's like, we're gonna do libation after the Black national anthem, and we would go through the process. We have our little plant, but then you also see in pop culture, especially in, hip hop, pour one out for the homies. Was libation always water-based? And when did we swap out the liquor? All those things. What is going on there?
It wasn't swapped out. It's either or. Like, we used water for certain purposes, and we use liquor for certain purposes. If you look at the parables, even Phaelon spoke of some of the parables. Water has no enemies in one of his songs. So when you're pouring libations with water, you're invoking the attributes of water. And how when the water hits the ground, it's going to change the energy of the room or the space. And so liquor is another libation that does something else. It refreshes. It acts as an astringent to the room. It brings about a spirit of wealth to the room, or something that you like use, but it's not a necessity. So it has these different personalities attached to it that you use for the libations to invoke for the people that's witnessing that ritual.
Okay.
Oh boy, I indulge in a libation for the homies and just, when we chillin'. I pour some out for the dead homies, but I'm drink some with the dead homies too. But I ain't gonna throw it back in the dead homie like Bill Gates say on that Good Mall song. You pouring one out for the dead homie, then you throw the damn bottle right back on the ground to him. Nah, we gotta, make sure you put your bottles in the trash or recycle whatever you do. Yeah, I'm gonna drink. So I'm gonna drink the libation though. Yeah.
Now me, I don't drink like that.
Yeah.
I'm not. We go out,
Yep.
doing my thing. He doing his thing.
Yep.
No, it's funny when
You'll show Law double Sprite, please.
oh my god.
Double Sprite. The little orange juice in it. Look like I'm drinking.
With a twist of lemon.
Put a lime on it. Make it look like I got something going on.
We giving you a shirt and shampoo.
Yeah.
Go on, hook him up with that ST.
You know that drinking a Frisco.
And so I've never been a drinker.
Yeah,
It's never been my thing. Never. I will drink. I can drink. I do every now and then when everybody else is drinking. I'll have something, but I'm a lightweight. Can't drink. But I had a taboo for this year. It's up now, but I couldn't drink, which was strange. Like, I don't even drink like that. I don't have liquor at home. I don't buy it when I go out. You gotta buy me a drink. Like that's my thing. I'm not buying no liquor. And so to hear Ep.4 say that was like, why is my taboo not drinking? And it mentioned it a couple times. And so, of course, whatever Ep.4 says, done. But through this year, I've seen,
Just I don't need to be drunk. Yeah.
if I could drink, I would be drunk as hell right now.
That situation.
And for about a week straight.
Oh wow.
I can't handle that. That's not my arena. But a couple situations would have had me like, I'm about to just get drunk, So
Like I'm here.
Yeah, Ep.4's on point, very, very much on point. Even when you're not a person that uses, there's a context in our spirituality that says, it's not just because of drunkenness. Sometimes it's just for your emotional state.
Yeah.
Because, I don't need to be pulled back from drunkenness. I don't drink. But
Right. What would that look like though? Like if you never been, you blacked out.
and I'll black out on 4 beers.
Cause that liquor put you down, but that liquor, like if you going in a certain state of mind and you get drunk, it goes 15 times more of that state of mind. So if you sad and you say, you know what, I'm sad, I'm finna just get drunk, you gonna be sadder. Yeah, for me and for people that I know. So like you saying with Ep.4, I'm not saying he was sad, but just something you going through. Like Ep.4 saying like, nah, he don't need to drink nothing. I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying because I done been there before. Like I done been stressed out or just down and out. And I go have a couple drinks, then those couple drinks turn to 10. Like, damn, I know I'm drunk as hell and I feel good, but that problem's still there. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm finna have a crazy hangover and I'm sick and I wake up and the problem's still there. I couldn't drink that damn problem away at all. But it's what you do,
Right. I had a similar taboo, but it was still letting me drink. It was like, yeah, you could drink, girl, but moderately. I was like, well, I'm a social drinker. Like I don't keep liquor in the house either. It's just, I might have a couple bottles of wine, but I don't crack them open unless there's friends over. But it was the same thing. It was just like, I'm going out more. I'm meeting more people. I'm going to conferences and networking. It's just like, you want another glass? Maybe not. You know what I mean? Because I have to keep it moderate. So it's a nice reminder. Yeah. Because you will find yourself in a situation. It do. It's like, oh snap.
But like, damn, I want to drink.
And everybody else around you is just turned up, but
good time, laughing.
You over there with your Dasani.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah.
You're Smirnoff.
Right.
A little 5%.
Right. So
But what about y'all's taboos? What's your relationship with narcotics alcohol, and spirituality? We want to know. Let us know down in the comments if you're watching. Subscribe regardless. Let us know what you think. Maybe there's something we missed. I know there are some instances in Christianity, you know, with the wine and all of that.
That boy Jesus did turn water to wine.
I mean, we ain't saying nothing, but
He turned to wine.
He drank. Hey, boy, look. Get you some wine.
y'all be drinking that sparkling juice. Don't
That boy drunk wine. That when Jesus came in there and knocked everything off the table, turned the table over. Yeah.
Well, let us know.
Yep.
Let us know. All right. Thank you for joining us for Sacred Streets this time around.
Yes.
And we look forward to connecting with y'all soon. Take care. Ashe.